going on, everybody? This is your boy Anthony Fallon, Tone Setter Sports Channel. And you see the title, Dallas Cowboys, Dak, or Dak Talk. And the reason why I titled it like that, because that's all you hear every day, constantly, from everyone. And my biggest gripe is your prime sports media outlets with this back and forth. 1 minute Dak should get the press, paid Dak. Next minute, oh, Dak should be traded. Oh, what about Dak being traded for blah blah blah? And Russell Wilson and trade Zeke and Dak for Russell Wilson, and that's the thing they trying to get to stick. Um, since Russell Wilson's agent opened up his damn mouth. I mean, let's be honest here, really. Let's really have a sports talk, and I'm gonna start right there with that. Is Russell Wilson better and upgrade over that? In some people cases, they would say yes. I would say he's more accomplished because in his early career, won a Super Bowl and they lost the Super Bowl. But was it on the back? Was it on the arm? Or was it by the arm of Russell Wilson? I say it's not. It is the run game and it was the defense. Anybody would see it. And since then, the Legion of Boom, since the departed of Marshawn Lynch, they have been a pretty solid team. Just solid. Well, they're better than the other teams in the NFC because they have made it to the playoffs. And not just because of Russell Wilson, it's because of the team itself. You can't forget, some of these playoff runs they had. You can't forget Averill and uh, Bobby Wagner. You know, when they had Earl Thomas up until he got hurt and left that year, and I'm forgetting the other guy now that they have. He's kind of a versatile defensive piece. And yes, Russell Wilson. They added, Dwayne Brown from the Texans and stuff to help protect Russell Wilson. Uh, and to me, it's just like a backfire. Let Russ cook, kind of backfired on Russ. I mean, they didn't have a running game. They didn't have no balance, and that sounds very familiar. If you ask me, an imbalanced game plan because of the lack of a running game. It sounds like Dak with the Cowboys. To be honest with you, when Tyron went down, uh, 2017 couldn't really run the ball. Matter of fact, Zeke was out as well. Um, and we go 2018. I mean, but Zeke had a pretty good year 2018. Um, in certain spots, 2018, 2019, those those short runs are like third and one or going fourth and one, fourth and inches, or not running the ball in the red zone. Ugh. Oh my gosh. I don't think Russell Wilson is an upgrade. I mean, pretty much you're swapping players. The same type of player. Russ can run, but Russ can throw the ball. You know, he finally sitting in the pocket or whatnot. And so to Russ, that's part of the your growth right there. Is that I said this 2 years ago. You know, if Russ just learned how to sit in the pocket, oh, he's gonna be a bad man. I mean, he can put up numbers, but hey, this past season, hey, he was turning that ball over, man. Turning that ball over. Um, when has he not been under pressure? I mean, I just want to know that. Um, I don't know, but it's not about Russ. It's about Dak for real, and it's just sickening. And you know what? Maybe I got my emotions are in it just a little bit. No, I'm a wide little, just a little bit, because we know better. We know that Jerry Jones like this is how he builds it. This is how he keeps the Cowboys relevant. This keeps the brand relevant. This keeps more people glued into what the Cowboys are, who the Cowboys, what they're about, and that is a question mark. To be honest with you, it has been a question mark for 25 years. Ever since they last won the Super Bowl. But you tried to build a culture with Parcells until he had enough of uh, JJ shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then we had the golden child of Jerry Jones, um, Jason. Which I say it was a culture. It was a culture. It was just wasn't a winning culture. It was an inconsistent culture, a highly volatile culture. For a minute, it was a culture that just trended sideways because it was 8-8 back to back, 8-8 seasons starting off, and then it spiked up, then it spikes down, then it spikes up, then it spikes down. Romo gets hurt. Now I'm going back now because we all got to be seem like we can be reminded of how all of this stuff played out, man. Romo gets hurt again, 2015, and we go 1-15. And then the 2016 draft, we get Zeke, we get a fourth rounder and Dak Prescott. That was supposed to be a developmental project. It's supposed to have been built up that he had the potential to possibly be a pretty good quarterback. Hmm. So where are we now? Is Dak a pretty good quarterback? Absolutely. Has Dak progressed over the years since 2016? Yes, he has. Did Jerry Jones, or should I say Jason, Mr. Clapp, did he make Dak? I don't think so. I don't think so because that preseason, that 2016, this rookie year, two quarterbacks go down, Romo and Kellen Moore. That comes in, they go on a tremendous run. There's no need to kind of go detail for detail, but those that are Cowboy fans know how this all unfolded. That he was more ready. He was ready then to take the helm because he did. So what about how did they make him? Because it was on him to keep himself prepared for a day like that to come. The possibility of Romo getting hurt. Who knew that Kellen Moore was going to get hurt? But regardless, he was prepared. And then throughout his career, up until this point, he has done nothing but proven himself to be a workhorse, have good work ethics, along with the intangibles. The team rallies behind him. Now they're trying to nitpick the seasons, like when Zeke went out for suspension. Yeah, he was still showing improvement, and it was a run team. But see, that was on the GM. That was on the GM. That was on the owner. Should have let Zeke go ahead and just do the damn suspension. Point blank, period. And it could have helped out. And then, you get rid of Dez. You get rid of Dez, whatnot. Romo retires after the 2016 season. You bring in Allen Hurns and all of this saying that, hey, we don't need a number one wide receiver. That you just had to throw to who's open. He was doing that anyway. That was the gripe with Dez Bryant, right? Was the fact that that was he was opening up the field for all the other wide receivers. You drafted Gallup. He was a rookie. Cedric Wilson hadn't truly developed yet because he kept getting hurt. Noah Brown kept getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? Little nagging injuries here and there. So you didn't know what you really had. So that's why you brought in Allen Hurns after getting rid of Dez and stuff like that. Because that spreads the ball around. You let Jason Witten linger around too long and stunted the development of Blake Jarwin, and Dalton Schultz. And now you look at what you have in Dalton Schultz today. And we're still wondering if Jarwin truly has the potential. We know he's shown flashes of it. This is all on the GM, Hall of Famer owner, but a questionable GM. Because I say this because of the fact that has he done poorly? Now you want to go through the duration of his GM career. He hasn't done much since Jimmy Johnson. He hasn't done much since Parcells in between that time, up until that point, where he was desperate to find a coach with GM type skills. management skills, but also that has the vision on knowing how to put a team together, putting together and laying down a foundation, a culture, a structure, knowing the players and knowing how to use every player. That's what Jerry Jones' weakness is. He lacks that. He lacks that. And then after that, Wade, Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett didn't know how to put a team together. He wasn't ready. He was not ready. He had no vision. He just knew how to coach. And you was gonna do the shopping. You were gonna do the grocery shopping and putting the team together. Thanks to Will McClay now. He brought you the players. Now what Jason Garrett's weakness was, he didn't know how to develop the players. And then we whiffed on some of them. Some of them just never got a chance to get on the field because some of them needed gameplay. Why? Because of the fact that who was getting paid demanded the playing time. Your Dax, your Wittens, your Zeeks. I mean, even on defense, your Lawrences and your Woods and everybody. And not really developing these guys that are second string, stuff like that. Part of it is up to them. You know what I'm saying? If they had to put in the work as well. But who did Jason Garrett really develop? I mean, you want to say Dak? Okay, that, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. Um, but you look at how much talent, how much potential that we actually have let go come through the system, even under Jason Garrett. You know what I'm saying? Post 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 Wade Phillips, post Bill Parcells players. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff, D Ware, all that, man. And these guys went on and became success, had their success in their NFL career and whatnot. But even more so, the potential players that just kind of rotted, they just kind of fell to the wayside. So, with all of this being said about Dak, all of this hoopla from sports media, they're just kind of reaching, and it's a shame. Is that okay? You want to say it's for shits and giggles, just to entertain? That's fine. Pure speculation. That's fine. Say that. That's all it is. That we're just having fun with this until March 9th. See if Dak is going to be signed. You know what I'm saying? Until tell Seattle do what, make moves off with Russell Wilson. That's not happening. They're not going to eat that. So they just need to stop fabricating these stories and these theories of what possibly could happen or what possibly could make sense. They're not really going into detail on why it wouldn't happen financially. Financially, one, because Dak is not signed, and two, Seattle is not going to trade away Russell Wilson and take that cap hit. And three, you telling me, okay, since everybody's saying that Russell Wilson is an upgrade from Dak, then you're gonna have to pay Russell Wilson top dollar. The money is not the issue with Russell Wilson. It's the offensive line. Now, you want to make a trade. You want to make a trade with Seattle. Trade one of our offensive linemen because offensive lineman is at a premium. You know what I'm saying? Get a draft pick for an offensive lineman and whatever Seattle needs, whether it's a guard or tackle. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That makes sense. Instead of this whole Dak thing, which is just for pure entertainment, and they're trying to cast it off like they're making sense. McIntosh, and, oh gosh, all of these guys, man, it's just too many. And I see why some of these pro analysts, former players that turned analysts, kind of got out of the game because the game is some bullshit. It's some bullshit. So now, more Dak talk. Now, what I'm trying to figure out, and my thoughts, these are my opinions, because I want to see Dak on our team. I want to see Dak with the Cowboys because I think if Dak is not with the Cowboys, this team will be set back for years. Because tell me when have you found a fourth round quarterback to elevate his game, to elevate his team? You haven't seen it since Tom Brady. But then again, I'm gonna ask this question to you guys: how many first rounders has came through the NFL, and how many first rounders are franchise quarterbacks? Please let me know. How many teams are looking for franchise quarterbacks in the first round? And how many teams have actually gotten their franchise quarterback? And here we are, stumbled upon a gem, a diamond in the rough, and you're sitting around twiddling your thumbs because you made the mistake. The GM made the mistake of not having the foresight to see that you had something special in this fourth round quarterback named Rain Dakota Prescott. Yeah, you noticed that he had the intangible, the locker room presence. You know what I'm saying? And that he was still developing, but he showed you enough, and I get it, and I get it. I think he was trying to build the team around Dak Prescott before his rookie contract was up. And that's why he signed, that's why he gave D-Law the contract. That's why he gave Jalen the contract. That's why he gave Zeke the contract. You know what I'm saying? That's why he paid Lyle Collins. He thought these guys was going to be cornerstones. He thought these guys were going to be the foundation, and then pay the quarterback at a discounted rate because we made you, which is false. That brother made himself. That brother came and made. because he had the right stuff. He had the it factor. All he did was help bolster the brand. So it's kind of like it went hand in hand. It was perfect, a perfect situation that you blew because on the fact that you were trying to build the team around him in his rookie deal and make that push for to get into the playoffs, deep into the playoffs, NFC Championship, and you had your chances. And you had your chances. 2016, 2018. You had your chances. Because I do at the same time I do give you your GM props by getting Amari Cooper in the middle of 2018 season. In the middle of, I give you that. I gave you the GM award for that one for that year. I mean, to be honest with you, Jerry, that was some good shit. So it's not all bad, but I get what you was trying to do. But the problem is that the staff that you assembled failed you because they did not develop those players. They actually limited those players. They only try to play to their strength, and those players did not develop themselves by working on their weaknesses to make themselves a better, well-rounded football player. You had guys that felt privileged because they knew their job was not. They knew that their starting position, was not in jeopardy. And this was supposed to be a competitive team. That's that's why this team is not as competitive. It's because these guys feel like they don't have to fight for their starting job once they get the starting position. So they've been relaxed. They've been secure. They're not going nowhere. Now, for some of them, doing this change and coaching, those that are free agents, some of them are not coming back. And they feel it because their game has been exposed. Their knowledge has been exposed. Their lack of play has been exposed due to the fact that they have been so comfortable in holding their spot that it shows that they have no film study habits. It shows that. That's that's not all your fault, Jerry Jones. When it comes to that, I get it. You was trying to do what everybody else was doing. Is what Seattle did, what um, Kansas City Chiefs did, what Los Angeles Rams had done, but at least get to the Super Bowl with the rookie quarterback. Uh, yeah, with the quarterback on his rookie deal, and it backfired on you. Why? Because of the structure you put in place. Because your lack of vision on how to build a team, and then you left it up to the coaches to try to build that team and to develop these players, and they didn't do that. So now we stuck here with Mike McCarthy that kind of wanted to do that, that needed time to do that, even with Mike Nolan. You know what I'm saying? And yes, he made a mistake in trying to switch, switch the defensive scheme. I give you that. I give everybody that. I totally agree because these guys didn't know what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? out there, clearly. And it's not all on the, it's not all on that head the defense on Mike Nolan, put it like that. So we have to see, does Mike McCarthy has what it takes to put this team together to make up for your weaknesses as a general manager? Can they develop talent? Can they help cultivate that talent? Okay. So now you're here with Dak Prescott, and now you're in the talks. Now you're in the talks of negotiating a deal with Dak Prescott, and you got till March the 9th to do so. And everybody's saying they're looking like it's going to be a franchise tag once again. Now, this is what this is what all everything I've talked about have led up to this. Is because why if I was Dak Prescott, why the hell would I sign that franchise tag? Just so I can be traded, give up my rights to be traded anywhere you want to send me? When I cannot sign this franchise tag and I can go where the hell I want? I can see all of the offers that's going to be out there. That's stupid. I mean, because that don't make sense, does it? That you just giving up all your leverage. When you sign the franchise tag, your leverage is gone because you have no rights. I'm retaining my rights. I'm not signing a franchise deal. I'm not signing the franchise tag. It's either a deal, it's either a multi-year deal, or it's nothing at all. I'll play the market. I'll see what's out there. I'll see if you can match it. And if you can't match it, I have to make a business decision no matter how bad I want to stay with the team that I grew up loving. Because you gotta compartmentalize. There's the difference. No matter how bad I love the Cowboys, that they don't appreciate me. They don't view me as their franchise quarterback. They don't want to pay me as their franchise quarterback. Now, to whatever, whether if it's the years, to give him the years, you had to pay right. It was the years. So if the pay done bumped up, okay, if the pay bumped up, I might have to negotiate. Like, well, then give me the years. I don't, because that's how it's gonna go. Um, that's just how the negotiation talks is gonna go. It's gonna go back and forth on the money, go back and forth on the amount of years. And if I'm serious. I would tell Dak myself. I've been wondering. I've been saying, been thinking about going on Twitter and just be like, Dak, don't sign that franchise. Don't give up your leverage. Don't give up your leverage. I mean, because obviously it's not the fact that you are not deserving. It's the fact that the Cowboys don't deserve you. They don't deserve a quarterback with all of the leadership qualities, the locker stability, the morale of the team. He is unappreciative of what fell into his lap. If it all comes down to it. Now you do what you want. If you want to sign that franchise tag, help yourself. and you're thinking that a deal is going to be done, because you got to look. I mean, I look at it like this: when once I sign, if I sign that tag, and then they got till what, June to get the dealings right. No, they got till then to rip up the tag and put a deal on the table. But then again, I got a whole nother season to get that taken care of, or I just don't sign you at all. After I see how your ankle is going, how you going to hold up well playing on that new ankle of yours, you know, on that new ankle of yours. Who knows? But well, that's why I say I would not give up my leverage if I was him. No matter how bad I want to see my quarterback with my team, because I see something in Dak myself, and that's probably hurtful being growing up as a child and playing football and Cowboys was your team, and the fact that you became the quarterback, you became the face of your team that you grew up as a child. This is your dream position, your dream job. And you know what? At least you can say you fulfilled that. But now it's back to business as usual. It's that you have to look out for you in your best interest because nobody else is going to do it. Cal, Jerry, and all of them, they're not concerned about your best interest right now. Not right now, not as a player. Because they want you to take the sweet deal. Their sweet deal, which is poison. Nah, let me let me stop. No, it's not poison. It's not poison. I'm just saying. But they just want you to take the deal that they propose because they have some arrogance about it because of the fact that you're going to become a bit the beneficiary of playing with the Dallas Cowboys as the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, and it's going to generate so much opportunity for you off the field, as you can see already. Now, I would say there aren't too many that the Cowboys are the biggest market because they're the number one franchise in all of sports. But at the same time, all these other teams, all of these other teams, I mean, it might not be like the Cowboys, but at the same time, he would still be able to market himself. He would still be able to market himself, especially if he is on a winning team, and a consecutive winning team, a championship winning team. Absolutely. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to leave that out there with you guys. It's just something to think about because everybody else is just going along with the status quo of this spinning of this of the situation of Dak, the court of public opinion. and now it's like spiraling out of control. And I'd be glad. I can't wait to see what's going to be the end result March 9th. March 9th, and I hope that the deal is made. I hope that the deal is made. I don't want to see Dak go nowhere. To be honest with you, I think Dak will be the quarterback that brings us the ship. I don't. But things have to fall right as far as with Mike McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? Mike McCarthy has the quarterback. Mike McCarthy has the quarterback. Now they just have to put the game plan together. They have to put the team together and, to make this all gel. That's all they have to do. That's all they have to do. Now whether Dan Quinn can do some of this stuff is going to take some real coaching, real teaching, developing some of these players, reprogramming some of these players because I don't. I mean, I really think that we're talking about getting a free safety. I think we have one in Jordan Lewis. Although he made that dumb decision, that Giants game and stuff like that. Or Cheeto Bay. But I think Cheeto Bay is better. Should stay at corner. But those guys play better. Play better. Cheeto Bay plays better when he can see the ball in front of him. That he can be a free safety as well. He's a willing tackle. You know what I'm saying? But who knows what their price tag is going to be? I don't know. But I don't think we have to do too much tearing down. We just have to fill some spots. You know, just have to fill some spots. That's it. But anyway, we're gonna finish talking about the defense and some draft picks later on. Um, I haven't been able to. I've really been feeling like making a video up until now. I mean, I'm experiencing. You know, my father passed away, stuff like that. I've been dealing with that for the last 2 weeks. But we're finally gonna bury him, and we died from COVID. I mean, that's what they say. Well, I'm gonna say this: he had pre-existing health conditions. Catching COVID did not help; it only enhanced his pre-existing conditions. So therefore, COVID did help assist my father's death. My father's death. And the saddest thing for me was the fact that for the last 6 weeks, I have not been able to see my father. I have not been able to talk to my father before he passed. Because they've been trying to stabilize him for the past 6 weeks. But it's life. And we'll bury him and he's off in a better place. That's all I can say. It's the first grant that I lost. I didn't know how I would happen. I don't know. But I'm okay. And I'm fine. So maybe you can say it just haven't hit me yet. Um, but I knew that there was a possibility because the hospital has been informing us because the fact that you can't talk to him, but he had tubes in his lungs and stuff from his pre-existing with fluid in his lungs and all that stuff. So that's why he really couldn't talk. He was fully aware of what was going on, for the last 2.5 weeks or whatnot. He was he was conscious of everything. Uh, Maybe he was just ready. Um, but enough said. So I will talk to you guys later. If you like the content, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I would like to do more and bringing people on. We can talk some more football, but I'm not just like this. This is the all season. So Cowboys is just not going to be my only topic. The draft is just not going to be my only topic. Really time to start and talk about a lot of teams. Uh, Football is interesting. Okay, good. This is Andrew Fallon, Tone Setter Sports Channel. Peace. I'm out.